Jai Shri Ram. In this recording, we will try to understand shraddha, and also because it occurs in three verses in the Bhagavad Gita, we will look at all those three verses. Shraddha occurs in Bhagavad Gita, please make a note. 17th chapter, 2nd verse, 17th chapter, 3rd verse, and 17th chapter, 13th verse. Okay, shraddha is defined by Adi Shankaracharya as Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Drudho Vishwasaha Shraddhaha. Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu. That means the word of the Guru and Vedanta, which means the Upanishads. That is the philosophy or the Jnana Kanda of the Vedas. That is a contribution by Rishis. The Vedas were compiled by roughly about 400 rishis, out of which 30 were women, Rishikas, Brahmavadinis. So, the words of these rishis in the form of Jnanakanda or Upanishads, 122 are there. Rama listed out 108 in Muktikopanishad. In the Muktikopanishad, Sri Rama listed out 108. Okay, perhaps because these are very important. Of course, out of that, only 10 have been written upon by Adi Shankaracharya, major Upanishads. Actually, more than 150 are there. I have a collection of 122. So, now, Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Drudho Vishwasaha Shraddhaha. Now, who is a Guru? Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Drudho Vishwasaha Shraddhaha. Firm, Vishwasa. Again, the English word is faith. See, Shraddha, Vishwasa, we have so many words, and each of these words carry a different connotation. Anyway, the English word faith unfortunately carries a negative connotation, because faith is defined in blindly trusting something, believing something for which you have no evidence. That is why, unfortunately, other than Sanatana Dharma, the other religions are nothing but dogmas, and most of the dogmas are extremely dangerous, diabolical, and ridiculously absurd, and people are required to have faith in that. Whereas in Sanatana Dharma, there are dogmas. Now, there are dogmas, but these dogmas are benign, very good actually. A dogma should be understood as something that cannot be proved. For example, the karma theory is there. We believe that whatever we do, Kruta karma kshayo nasti kalpakoti shatairapi. Avashyameva bhoktavyam krutam karma shubhashubham. That is a dogma. That is, whatever you do, that cannot be wished away, or it will not go away, it will not atrophy. There is no atrophy or entropy. It will bite you. It will come back. If you do good, it will come back positively, it will redound positively. If you do some criminal activity, harm somebody, the repercussions will be there. So you cannot avoid this. Now, this is a dogma. We don't have proof actually. In fact, we have proof that the criminals seem to be having a nice time and good people are suffering. So, but this is why I am calling it a dogma. It is a dogma. But this is a good dogma. If everyone believes this, then society will be a better place. Whereas in the other religions, I don't have to name them, these desert cults, these disgusting desert cults. And any fool who says that all religions are good, he is not a fool, he is an idiot, because he has not studied their unholy books. So their dogma is, we should either convert the other fellow or kill him, proselytize or kill. And that's what they have been doing throughout history. I don't want to get into that discussion now. That's a dangerous dogma. The world has seen so much misery because of these two desert cults. And we are still seeing so much misery because of these dangerous, diabolical, sinister, nefarious, nefandous dogmas. Disgustingly reprehensible dogmas. Whereas in Sanatana Dharma, the dogmas are perfectly benign and conducive to the welfare of entire mankind. That is the beauty of Sanatana Dharma. So faith is, in my opinion, a dirty word. I don't like to use the stupid word faith. I use the word shraddha. Now, Guru. Now you might be thinking, hey, come on, lot of gurus are there, all fake gurus these days. Yes, fake gurus are there. But who exactly should be called a guru? Eh? So the definitions, I have collected a few definitions. I'll read them out. Please listen carefully. Not every Tom, Dick and Harry. That's why Shankaracharya in Bhajagovindam said, Jatilo mundi lunchita kesha kashayambara bahukruta vesha pashyannapi na pashyati modha udaranimittam bahukruta vesha. That means, people grow hair, some shave their head, some wear fancy dresses, some wear yellow, white, some wear nothing, and all these are basically to feed themselves. And the fool who is seeing all this still is not able to understand it. That is the lament of Adi Shankaracharya in Bhajagovindam. Jatilo mundi lunchita kesha kashayambara bahukruta vesha pashyannapi na pashyati mudha udaranimittam bahukruta vesha. Now let us see who exactly should be called a guru. Now, to simplify it in English, guru, the word guru has two syllables, gu and ru. Now, gu in Sanskrit means ignorance, ru means dispelling that. So, one who can dispel your ignorance should be called a guru. So, this is a simple yardstick by which you can judge the buffoons. Most of the fellows are buffoons these days. Okay? Chalo. Now, let us see. I am going to read out some. I have collected some definitions from Guru Gita, and other sources are also there. So, in Guru Gita, 1, this is the first chapter, 33rd shloka from Guru Gita. Gukarascha andhakarohi. Gukarascha andhakarohi. Rukaras teja uchyate. Ajnana grasakam brahma. Gurureva na samshayaha. That's what I just told you some time back. Gukarascha andhakarohi. Gu is the syllable which means ignorance, spiritual ignorance, and Ru means tejas, that means spiritual illumination. One who can bring about that is a guru. Now let's look at one more from the same Guru Gita. This is 34th shloka. Gukarascha andhakarastu rukarasthan nirodha krit. Same meaning. Who can help you get rid of that? Andhakara vinashitvat. Who destroys andhakara, ignorance. Gurur iti abhidiyate. Next, Guru Gita 35. Gukarascha gunatito rupatito rukarakaha. Guna rupa vihinatvat gurur iti abhidiyate. So, Gukarascha gunatito. See, gunatita in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna discusses who is a gunatita in the 14th chapter. So, Gunatita in the 14th chapter 22 to 27, please make a note. 14th chapter Bhagavad Gita 22 to 27, Krishna is discussing who is a Gunatita. Literally it means one who is beyond these three gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Of course, 2nd chapter 55 to 72, Sthita Prajna is discussed. 2nd chapter 55. 54 is Arjuna's question. 55 to 72 is 18 shlokas. Krishna describes who is a Sthita Prajna. Now this Sthita Prajna is also a Gunatita. 12th chapter 13 to 20. Please make a note. 12th chapter 13 to 20 and 14th chapter 22 to 27. Okay. So you will get all the discussion and the explanation about who is a Gunatita. So one who is beyond the influence of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, who is beyond all that. Traigunya Vishya Veda Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna Nirdvandvo Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. So again I have read out a shloka, you can do your research. There's a lot of research we need to continuously do. So I am reading again. Gukarascha gunatito rupatito rukarakaha. Guna rupa vihinatvat Gurur iti abhidiyate. So, Guru means one who is beyond the gunas and the forms. Nama Rupa. This world is a Nama Rupa, names and forms and gunas. So, Guru is beyond the influence of all this. We can talk for hours together on what this means actually. Now, I am not going to go into that. Then, Guru Gita 36th verse on Guru. Gukara prathamo varno मायादि गुणभासकः गुकार प्रथमो वर्णो मायादि गुणभासकः रुकारोस्ति परब्रह्म माया भ्रांति विमोचकम. So Gukara is the binding force between the Jivatma and the Paramatma, and Rukarosti Param Brahma Maya Bhranti Vimochakam, one who helps you transcend Maya. All the delusion, Maya, as you know, this samsara and this delusion, the illusions and hallucinations, everything, one who can help you get over that. And let us look at one more. Guru Gita 34, okay. There are several versions of the Guru Gita, by the way. Actually, Guru Gita is a conversation between Shiva and Parvati. So Shiva is actually explaining to Parvati who really is a Guru. So in a different version, you see, these are collections from anthologies actually. So let us look at this. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya. Ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. So one who helps you get rid of this darkness of ignorance by applying the salve or ointment, liniment to the eyes. Chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakaya. Chakshur unmilitam yena tasmai shri. In summary, one who helps you get rid of the ignorance. And one more is akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Again Shiva is saying akhanda mandalakaram vyaptam yena characharam. He who can help you see, perceive the Lord, who is the substratum of everything. Tatpadam darshitam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. Literally translated, it means one who can show you God. He will show you God. Like Kabir said, na? What did Kabir say? Guru Govind dovu khade kake lagu pai. Guru Govind dovu khade kake lagu pai. Guru Govind dovu khade kake lagu pai. That is, Kabir is saying, Guru and Krishna, Govind, are both standing. Whose feet should I touch and bow to? Or rather, whose feet should I touch first? Balihari Guru Apno Govind Diyo Batai. Balihari Guru Apno Govind Diyo Batai. So you have to go to the Guru, because it is Guru who shows you Govinda, who takes you to Govinda, who helps you know Govinda. Wonderful. So I have given you 5 slokas about Guru. There could be many more in our Puranas. So this research is going on. Mind you, Sanatan Dharma is like an ocean. I sometimes feel I have sipped 1 teaspoonful. But I notice that all around me, the so-called Hindus have not even licked the end of a toothpick dipped in this ocean. So it is really pitiable. Anyway, I am not proud, or I am saying I have just sipped 1 teaspoonful. Yeah, that's quite a lot. But it's an ocean. Arey Baba. So Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Dhrudo Vishwasaha Shraddha. Now Vedanta would mean all the summary of all the Upanishads. And Gita is the summary. That's why Gita is described as Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopalanandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamrutam Mahat. So Bhagavad Gita is nothing but the milk. Krishna is the milkman who has milked all the Upanishads. Upanishads are being compared to a cow, and Arjuna is the calf, and the drinker of this Amrutam, Gitamrutam, which is nothing but Vedanta, the essence of the knowledge of all the Vedas. Spiritually inclined people, the really noble-minded ones, the Sant Gana, the Sant Jan, these are the people who delight in drinking this. So if you are delighting in drinking Bhagavad Gita Amrutam, Gitamrutam, then you are a Sant. Okay, Krishna is giving us this Gita Amrutam. So if you, even Rama, in Muktikopanishad he says, Vedanteham Vedantam Sampratishtami Vedante Sampratishtami. So Rama is saying Vedante Sampratishtoham Vedantam Samupashraya. Vedantam Samupashraya. Okay, Muktikopanishad is a conversation between Sri Rama and Hanuman, in which Rama says that I exist, I am in Vedanta. So seek Vedanta, study Vedanta, absorb Vedanta. And where is the source? You don't have to study all the Upanishads, because Krishna made our job easier. Study the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So now, just to understand one word, shraddha, we had this entire discussion. Guru Vedanta Vakyeshu Drudho Vishwasa Shraddha. Now faith is a dirty word. Stop using that word faith. Wherever you have to use the word faith, use the word shraddha, and tell people that this faith is a dirty word. Stop using it, because it simply means you have to believe blindly, whereas shraddha is not a blind belief. Shraddha is a reasoned belief, and it is the apta vakyam, which means apta vakyam. Now apta in Sanskrit means one who is our well-wisher. Now the Guru and all the rishis who contributed the Upanishads, and finally Sri Krishna who has given us the essence, they are all our well-wishers. And they were all intelligent people, not some, uneducated, unlettered desert rats who ranted a lot of nonsense, and these fools are following. So many billions are following these dumb and dangerous cults. So, whereas Apta Vakyam, just as we all came to know that so and so is our father, we never undertook the task of checking the DNA of our father, right? We trusted our mother. So, mother is a Apta. Mother, our mother, is our well-wisher. Similarly, the father. So, Krishna, all the rishis, and the gurus. In fact, you can be your own guru. Krishna already said that. So all these genuine bona fide gurus, they are our aptas. That means they are our well-wishers. Shreyobhilashi. They genuinely want to help us and enable us to grow spiritually. So you can trust their word, just as you trusted your mother's word. So Shraddha, in the 17th chapter, 2nd verse, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehinam Sa Svabhavaja Satviki Rajasi Chaiva Tamasi Chetitam Shrunu. Shrunu means hear. So Krishna is saying, every human being is born with an innate faith, which is of three types: Satvik Shraddha, Rajasik Shraddha, and Tamasik Shraddha. Nobody can be without any faith. It is an inseparable aspect of the human personality. Now this word faith, we have no other option in English. Actually, Shraddha is the right word. Always insist on using the Sanskrit word and tell people that it is untranslatable. But if you have difficulty, I'll use the word faith anyway. Okay. See, a strong person has faith in his strength. A beautiful girl has faith in her beauty. This is it. A rich man has faith in his money. So, and science itself requires faith. The scientist does not know whether his logic is correct, but he has to imagine, and then he has to test. And science is myopic, also short-sighted, for the reason that science studies only matter when we all know that there is something like consciousness. Because when somebody dies, something leaves the body, and when that something exists in the body is animated. So there is what is called consciousness, call it soul, atma, jivatma, whatever. But science does not take interest in studying that. Science is studying only matter. That's why I say science is myopic. And scientists are also dogmatic, and they have this faith that scientific method is the only way to know the truth. There can be other ways. Why not? Sheer intuition, like our rishis had. So you see, there is this mistaken notion that religion is faith and science is knowledge. No, I don't think so. In fact, now this is a very big discussion. There are religions and then there are religions. Now, other than Sanatan Dharma, the other religions are basically dogmatic cults, and which require blind obedience and total faith, unquestioning faith, implicit faith. And if they question, that is considered blasphemy, and the punishment is capital punishment, death. Ah. Science is knowledge. Well, just now we discussed. Scientists also have this dogma that their methods are the only correct methods, and they have the faith that this will lead them to the truth. And quantum mechanics confuses every scientist. Okay, I don't want to get into that discussion now. So we need to accept this much, whether one is a material scientist, social scientist, spiritual scientist, or any scientist. One cannot avoid the leap of faith required in the acceptance of knowledge. At some point of time, that leap of faith becomes essential. And 17.3, Krishna said, Sattvanurupa sarvasya shraddha bhavati bharata shraddha mayoyam purusho yo yat shraddha sa eva saha. So, the shraddha of all human beings conforms to the nature of their minds. And all people possess shraddha. And whatever be the nature of their shraddha, that verily they are. As they say in English, as is the God, so is the watery. Or in reverse, as is the watery, so is the God. Tamasic shraddha, these are people who slaughter animals, kill animals, and they believe that the God is going to be happy. So the God must be a bloodthirsty fellow who wants all the blood of innocent lambs and chicken and all that. So this fellow's faith is like that. That is tamasic, asuric faith. Now, Shraddha occurs in the 17th chapter, 13th verse. Vidhihinam, vidhihinam, asrishtannam, mantrahinam, adakshinam. Shraddha virahitam yajnam, tamasam parichakshati. Vidhihinam. That means devoid of any scriptural directions, without the distribution of prasadam, arishtanam, mantrahinam, adakshinam, not giving any remuneration to the Brahmins, shraddha virahitam. So, these kind of yajnas devoid of faith and contrary to the injunctions of the Veda, in which no food is offered, no mantra chanted, no donations, charity, no remuneration, nothing is there. Dakshinam, nothing is there. This is tamasic. This is purely in the mode of ignorance. Killing animals, drinking alcohol there, and thinking that the God is going to be happy. This is nonsense. And creating a big hangama, pomp and show, ostentation. So these are all tamasic puja or tamasic yajnas, if you want. Okay, so Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, 17th chapter. Please study in greater detail and research. You will understand what Krishna is trying to tell us. So, develop sattvic Shraddha, eat sattvic food, entertain sattvic company. So, sattvic food, sattvic people, sattvic music. So, of course, some amount of rajas and tamas is likely to be there. But the preponderance of sattva guna should be encouraged, because sattva guna is the ladder, the platform that will lead us to salvation or moksha. Jai Shri Ram.